Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. So we've come so far. Yeah, seems about right. Seems about right. This seems about like right for the beginning of my stream. I need to get the Fire Emblem music ready as well. How are all of you guys doing? Hope all of you had a nice day so far, and it only gets nice from here on out. Hi there, Louise. Louis. He's the man. He's the man. He's the. And hi there, Mac as well. Hope you had a nice day as well, and it only gets nice from here on out. Now you can watch me for a tiny bit. I don't know if your mother streams today, but I am streaming like every single day, ever. How long can I keep this up? Canton was nice. Canton. Why is it not? Why is it showing up there but nowhere else? I've never been there. I've never been there. Who's? Oh, it's Marocat. That's why it doesn't show up on Twitch chat, because it's only in YouTube chat. Give me a second. I need to up my multi chat. Why is that thing shaking it? Why shouldn't it? I also need to adjust the layer still. Just not stats. Multi chat. There is multi chat. This guy here needs to be put below me, so that when I move, it's potentially behind me. Yeah. Perfect. Oh. Hi there, Taco! Hope you had a nice day so far, and it only gets nicer from here on out. My name is Pyro Bunferno, and I'm here to please roar! Roar! Oh, that's me and my. How many do you have? You actually got a bunch of coins saved up. Sparks saved up. Blushy. Some birthday, but it's lovely and good to walk. And there was even a ham festival. Oh my god, that sounds ham. Wow. Ham is nice. Was this really all the cards? Feels like you did more redeems. Some birthday? So not your birthday, right? Just in case. Kubera is today. The cheese festival? Cheese? Now you got my attention. Cheese? I think we should have weekly cheese festivals. Cheese needs to be celebrated year round. Cheese is like one of the greatest things ever invented. Another time of the year. Some of my merchandise from my Oshi arrived today. You're doing harassment training at work? Like how to properly harass people? Can't believe that people in the US are being trained to understand how to properly harass others. Interesting country rules. Did not think that you guys would be like that. Did not think that you would be training yourselves to become professional harassers. Good cheese is there too. Good cheese. Alps and that. Alps. Haven't been in Austria for a long time. And by a long time, I mean at least... It's been some years. I actually don't fully remember if it was like... When would it be? It wasn't for... Has it been over 6 years? Could have already also been like over 7 or 8. Not entirely sure. Right. I wanted to also check my Twitch tracker one last time before we get into everything yapping. Yeah, we're still not missing any days. We're not missing any days. Because of the 23-hour that I streamed, now everything else looks like I didn't stream that much, because the 23 hours is like set as the maximum time that I streamed. So it seems like the other days, even if I streamed like 5 or 6 hours, in comparison to 23, it's marked as being like a rather short stream. I'm still angry that apparently the stupid program mistakenly says I didn't stream on some days, even though I did. That's so annoying. That's so mean. So mean. So mean! I wonder how long this is going to last. But yeah, look at us, having daily streams since March 16th. We're about to hit the three month mark for daily streams. Really excited to see when I will fail the first time. I mean, all things considered, I should be able to do streams every single day. At some points, it's actually going to be slightly problematic, but I should be able to do it. Honestly, just a set of videos that tells you don't be a dick. A set of videos that tells you how to use your dick? Wow. That is very informative. I think some people might need that information. It's very difficult for some people to use it. I should drink something. I haven't drunk something in a bit. Even while eating my pizza earlier, I didn't even drink anything. That was so stupid. I even brought up the apple juice, but I didn't put any apple juice in my glass. So I just didn't drink. Man. Today it rained a tiny bit, and it was like, oh, the weather is going to get nicer now, but because it rains, so it should be like good air coming into my room, right? No, it actually isn't good air coming into my room. For some reason, it's still very hot. Pyro is slipping away and head is peeking through. It's because of the background, you know? The Enya plushie has changed. When it was just a plushie, everything was fine. And now, for some reason, it has evolved. The weeaboo energy in the room has risen by a lot. Is my position weird? Why can you see... Something looks off. Why can you guys see... Am I that much smaller? Like, normally you guys weren't able to see the GG and CC behind me, but now you can. Something on my position is off. Am I like normally here? Yeah, I think normally I'm like this. I think this is a position where I might be normally. Not sure. Not sure. Still trying to figure out. I don't even know why my position in VTS would change, but apparently it does sometimes. VTS hates me. Okay, what is this post? In r/fantasy, am I the only one who dislikes magic? For me, fantasy is about the exploration of different worlds, cultures, civilizations, characters, and philosophies. Those are fascinating to me. This will piss people off, but I see magic as completely unnecessary. In most cases, it just exists because the writer wasn't creative enough to come up with anything else. And this applies to any magic systems, no matter how hard it is. When you have even a little magic, it excuses magical assholes. For example, even as a child I thought the ending of Avatar The Last Airbender, Prince Caspian, Return of the King were ruined by magic assholes. And when you have assholes, nothing matters. So my point is that the lack of magic limits yourself to reality, and restrains forced creativity. What the hell? I bet that Enya gives sounds like a Minecraft skeleton taking damage. No. That's what Yena sounds like when she's doing things. It's her old bones cracking. And current traditional weddings are interesting. There was 1, 2 in a house. Just a bit noisy. Weddings are always interesting. They're kind of like stretching out a bit. I don't know if I enjoy them. Food is always nice. Food is always nice, but like wedding talks always feel so forced. What the hell am I looking at on Twitter sometimes? I'm so confused. Okay, look. I got 2 hours till I can get food. Well, why don't you eat a snack before then? Is it weird that I feel better at grilling than frying? I mean, it's very two different things, right? Frying things is very much different than grilling things. In a Klingon wedding? That actually exists. I've never seen a Klingon wedding. Now, Klingon sounds... I've only know the freaking Klingon speaking scene from Big Bang Theory. Tomorrow there's a Nintendo Direct, by the way. I learned about that. So, for anyone that also comes to my Omniscient vs Viewpoint streams, or comes to any streams in general, I'm going to start streaming earlier tomorrow because I want to watch the Nintendo Direct, and I am just going to do that before reading Omniscient vs Viewpoint. So that means I'm going to start about like 2.5 hours earlier than usually. And then we will watch the Nintendo Direct, and then we still have like an hour-ish like after the Nintendo Direct ended, until we get to reading Omniscient vs Viewpoint. Unless I just start reading ORV a bit earlier, but that's like we gotta see. I think that I think there are enough people that like grilling at a party. Oh yeah, for sure. Grilling is preferred overall. Like, I know frying is like almost a trend of like everything needs to be fried, but no, not everything needs to be fried. What is going on all these places? Why is everybody doing freaking 6-7 streams? Huh. Oh no, that's a different person, huh? I thought this was the huge VTuber, but it's a different one. Guess that's my brother now. I take it. And then everything needs to be fried, unless you are a Southerner American, I guess. It's just because they're weird, dude. I don't know. I cannot even say that they don't know how to cook, because they do have good food, but for some reason they also like destroy everything in fat and oil. Like, there's food that is not bathed in fat and oil. But for some reason, they do feel like so much food needs to be destroyed in fat and oil. It's an interesting choice they have made. It's indeed an interesting choice they have made. I didn't ruin this because I'm scared of things. I don't want to get spoiled on the Nintendo Direct tomorrow. I feel like everybody will be talking about leaks and bullshit. It seems to come from poor people's food, probably. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just like the lack of intelligence over there. Okay. I can love cooking in general. You need to cook for me. Man, I wish I could like visit you guys, but I'm not coming to your place. I'm not touching that. I want to see like the people from over there though. But I'm not. Why does everything need to be so stupid? But then there's way better food that comes from being resourceful, like potatoes. Many potatoes and stew and soup. Potatoes are essential. Potatoes can come in so many different ways. It's incredible. But I do prefer milk, because milk is even better. Milk can be drunk, milk can be turned into yogurt, milk can be turned into cheese, milk can be turned into cream, milk can be turned into XYZ. Milk is an essential product in so many different creation processes. Milk is the supreme ingredient. Which ingredient could ever be better than milk? Ever meat, I'm making a ton of good food. Even ever had a chicken fried steak? What does it even mean? Hi there, Stepan. What's up? What's up? Chicken fried steak. Are you telling me a chicken fried this steak? What? Also known as country fried steak, is an American southern breaded cutlet dish consisting of a piece of beef steak, most often tenderized cube steak, coated with seasoned flavor and either deep fried or pan fried. It's associated with southern cuisine of the United States. It's breaded and fried with a technique similar to the more common fried chicken, hence chicken fried. When deep fried, it is usually referred to as chicken fried steak. Pan fried versions are typically referred to as country fried steak. Chicken fried steak resembles the Austrian dish of Wiener Schnitzel and the Italian dish cotoletta alla Milanese. It is a tenderized veal or pork cutlet coated with flour, eggs, chicken stock cube and breadcrumbs, and then fried. It's also similar to the recipe for Scottish collops. How are you after the 24-hour stream? Oh yeah, my 24-hour stream has been great. I'm feeling nice. I mean, it's been like a few days now already, right? I did like from Friday to Saturday. I could sleep from Saturday to Sunday. I could sleep from Saturday to Monday. So I'm now back to normal. Nothing's being bothering me anymore. Hi there, Mingfan. Hope you had a nice day so far, and it only gets nicer from here on out. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Also, yeah. What even is that emote? I cannot recognize that. What is that? What is that emote? A lift. I'll even make homemade gravy for you. You are indeed a man of kind, a man of kindness. Of course, you could probably only do that if I were to come to your place. Like, I can't do it, and like, doing it in my place would be a lot more difficult. Hi there, Matcha. Hi there, Shika. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope both of you had a nice day so far, and it only gets nicer from here on out. Do your lurk, do your 12-hour shift of work, and make sure to stay careful at whatever you are doing. And always look in the left corner, in the left side. Witness the twerk. Witness the twerk. Technically, I haven't even asked Joey if it was okay to do it. Like, I asked Joey for transparent, and he offered me green. And I just took it. I don't think he would be angry. This twerking Enya was made by a gaslighter most commonly known as Joey. Joey is also known as... They have a different name. Why can I not... Why is my streaming mode on? Did I have... Oh no, he is streaming mode on? I don't know. Anyways. Oh god, my head hurts. We are reading the next chapter of Kubera today. It's about 5 or 6 chapters. I think it was 6 chapters. The remaining chapters of Twisted Bird. Because don't get it twisted. But we are about to learn about twisting birds. Oh shit, I got back home and my keyboard spacebar ain't working. Yeah, totally. Why are you capitalizing every word? Matcha, matcha, matcha. I do not trust you. You're about to summon some sort of demon creature, probably. I think you're about to do something weird. Summon some weird creature, because my spacebar ain't working. Doesn't mean you need to capitalize everything. Capitalize everything. Stop talking, Pyro. You can write like that. Can you also write? Yeah. You got it, Chief. I forgot. I said that the limit for players would probably be... Who are the ones? 100? Who do you... 102 is Moo. Who do you 102? Yeah, this makes sense. And I said like the limit for players would be like what? 20, 20, 20, and 3. Which would be... I said like if the maximum would be like what? 80? 80 for the... No, I said like 90, I think. D&D... No, I think I said 80. But 80 is also like not a lot. D&D stats, how many are there again? There are 6 D&D stats. And if you have... Why the hell are these guys? Taya, Shiho, Loud, Stin. Why the hell do they not have... Oh? Why do they not have... Didn't I didn't give them stats, I guess. If you have 15 in every stats, it would be 90. Yeah, I think 90 should be the max. Then you have like 20, 20, 20. Then you can have 10, 10, 10. So you could have 3 max, then 3 at 10. I guess that makes sense. Very random sidetrack. My key... died a few days ago. If I press really hard, it is working. So I guess you're just stupid. You're just stupid. And Lise is back. No, not Lise, the cat. I wonder if Lise will be back. So it's meat with flour on it. I know. I know. Get this going, get this going. I actually need to change my screen to here. And then I need to move myself over here. Then I need to do it red. React. This. Imagine if Balm had been gone as long as Lise, the star of TOG Season 2. Oh my god, these people would have cried. Like, Thibaut, just imagine. I know how freaking much of a crybaby the Tower of God readers are. They literally hated it when he was gone for... Like, we had the great flashback of, like, the family heads at some point in Season 3. And people were hating on that. Like, every time when Bum wasn't in an episode, they hated on it. Even though Tower of God overall is like, ugh. He was like 10 years old, was about to happen. Matcha needs a new keyboard. Yep, it's dying. You know, Matcha, you should do a 24-hour stream. Maybe after that, and if you monetize, you could afford a new keyboard. Just monetize, duh. Ow, that were the best bits. People just kept crying about it. In Season 3, I was happy when Baum was gone, Lamar. Same. He's a horrible character in Season 3. It feels like there was so much character regression. Everything he worked towards, everything he learned, he just kept forgetting. No one's giving me money, Pyro. That's what I said. Look at me now. I am Bunny. Character. Yeah, he actually is just an empty, boring shell that doesn't have a personality and is always getting pushed around by people here and there. Typing takes years now. No, I would say it takes at most seconds. I am very much glad that I'm not even checking out the consumer right of a keyboard as a work expense. I think, technically, if you do like add your streaming stuff into taxes, but I'm also like wondering like, because streaming is like not the main job for any of us, I don't know how it would even be put in taxes. I actually don't know. I actually do not know. Can I open my window a bit for a tiny bit more air? And I'm just thinking, for Tower of God, I'm very much happy that I'm not trying to read the Urek story, because just looking at like ratings and what people said, I feel like it's just going to be more Tower of God. And you know what? I don't need in my life more Tower of God. They lost me. I think this is my first Giga series that I am dropping. I did technically stop reading Unordinary, but I stopped reading Unordinary at like chapter 100, so I was not like as deep in this thing as Tower of God. Unordinary is only at episode 381. Can I also ask how the hell Unordinary is still going on? I never expected Unordinary to be like a long story like that. Why is it still going on? Who's reading this? I checked the neighbor rates for Urek to get an idea how good it is. Though neighbor people are also a bit harsh. They're fair. It started 2016. 10 years now. 10 years. "10 years and 400 chapters. Finally got where they are on the run. The Unordinary thing? I have no idea. I mean, I dropped it in like... I don't even know when I dropped it. As I said, it's like episode 100 something I dropped it. Do I recognize any of the pictures? Because sometimes Webtoon also removes like your likes. And I'm like, why would you remove my likes? I do not remember where I was. I don't think I was here. I have no idea if I read this. But 2018 dropping sounds about right. John's mom is important and appeared. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know. John was not a good character. I did not care about any of the characters in the story, actually. I did not care about anyone in the story, and I still read over 100 chapters because I was like, maybe it can get good at some point. But no, it was just bad. I don't know, sorry that I'm hard like this, but it's like, John was not a good character. Serafina, or whatever, I think that was her name, was not a good character, but she was slightly interesting at least. Arslow was had never any development. A lot of John is actually likable and funny. I don't know, man. I don't want to go through 300 chapters for something to turn good. Him for boss fight in Wuba. Still haven't read Kubera, so I'm going to lurk. Yeah, go on and lurk. Go on and lurk. Camel case typing is faster. Camel case? Camel case? Came I case. Camel? What the hell is camel case? Gosh, I wonder how you're enjoying Kubera. I am enjoying Kubera. Like, Kubera has characters. Kubera has a story. Kubera is not making characters become more and more stupid. Kubera is actually a story. It's capitalizing the first letter of a word. Oh, camel case typing is that. Ah, you do that in programming. I see. So that is indeed something. So it's like a camel's hump or something. I don't know. It does. I don't know why it's called camel's case. I like no sense. No sense. Blah, 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 blah. Drink a bit more. My family's gonna come back tomorrow. I do not know exactly when. I hope it's going to be after my stream is over, so that I don't have any trouble with like my stream and potentially needing to stop in the middle of something. But all things considered, I do think they should only come back in the evening, so that should be easy enough for me to work through. Kubera is a masterpiece. Kubera is indeed a story. I'm also like a very tough rater. I'm probably going to say that I would, at the moment, rate Kubera somewhere between 7 and 8. Ani chart, no, Ani list. Am I in? Doesn't seem like I am locked in an Ani list here. Kubera is good, yeah. It's like, all things considered, Lookism is still my favorite webtoon, but it also holds like ancient status for me because I have been reading it for over 10 years. And Lookism, the thing with Lookism is that it has like changed its story a lot. It has changed a lot over the years, and but its writing is still good. It has like good character moments, it has good fights, it has still like many mysteries that need to be discovered. But I know it's not for everyone. Lookism is a special kind of story. Lookism is a special kind of story for sure. My head is empty. So, before it completely implodes, we are going to read Kubera. Twisted Bird. Chapters 325 to like 330 or something, I think. Was it 325 to 330? Yeah, 325 to 330. So with that said, I am going to start roading, schnoding. Okay, the music is loud enough. Emo Kubera reaches peak at like 150 plus episodes into season 3. So I'm very curious how you'll be enjoying it after like 200 to 300 episodes in season 3. I'm sorry, I just knocked over my microphone with a worm. Did I kill you guys? Did it break your ears? I hope I didn't break your ears. Where am I going? Am I still... My ears! Sorry, Willow. Sorry, Willow. I apologize. Sometimes I knock over my microphone because I'm angry like that. It's my anger issues. If only there was somebody that loved me, then I wouldn't have anger issues. Bumsy butt. Yeah. My huge butt. It sometimes gets into the way. I was scared you spilled your drink. No, my drink is on the other side of the desk. What are so many peaks? Yeah, I was also wondering, Stepan, if you say that's where it peaks, are you implying that after 150 chapters in season 3, it's getting worse? Can I interpret it that way? Are you saying like around the 150 mark, it's at the best point of season 3 for you, and after that you were like, season 3 is still good, but 150 episodes, like in the 150 episode mark, that's where the season was the best? Yeah, me, there's like my volume all the way up. That's your first mistake when watching a Pyro stream. You always need to have me on speaker. Just gets better. Better! Woo! It's peak after peak after peak, and it just doesn't stop. It's how I see it. So, talking about stuff, currently I have... So, as I said, merchandise for my Oshi Enya here arrived, and in this merchandise set there was a happy. If you guys don't know what a happy is, it is a kind of like clothing that like people wear for like festivals, or like when they are going to like idol concerts or something. And now I have my Encore happy. Even though Encore is technically dead, so are we going to get a Soulphage happy next? But I have it, and it's currently like hanging over my chair. And I have to say, I told this to somebody else earlier. I don't know if it's what it is about the company, but I think the quality of the merchandise is lowered. Like, the designs are nice. The ideas are nice, but the actual quality of the product seems to be lower than stuff I have gotten in earlier releases. Like, I don't have it saved. I'm I don't know if it's saved anywhere, the images. Like, I took images of something, and that image was like, damn, this looks like it got so badly produced. I don't know what they're doing there. And there was also like a little towel included in that set, and the towel has like parts where it's like badly stitched together or something, and I don't know. Then the group diorama acrylic actually looks pretty nice. Was the company changing owners? I mean, technically from like the very beginning, yes, it changed from like independent idol corp to like, I don't know, like from, I don't know what the merchandise supplier was when they were still idol corp. Then they switched over to then they got like bought out and integrated into a company called Brave Group US, and then Brave Group US would have taken care of them. But at some point they changed from like being from Brave Group US to FTW or whatever. I think that's right. So it's like a different thing again. And maybe with FTW they have decided to lower some production costs because they're running out of like resources. I don't know. I can't have it too high since I need to be able to play games at the same time. No. But guys, this still is here. I forgot this was still here. This new piece of merchandise. Can you hear this? It's so funny because when I'm listening to this, it sounds like. Can I hit the ball? Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. It's like a. You can almost think of it like a stress ball, but it's like a squeaky toy. But the problem with this one was that I think like some of the stitching doesn't look nice, and they're like, because Enya has like these has twin tails. I don't like it is a freaking stress ball, but they did add the twin tails. But the twin tails feel like they're basically just slightly glued or stitched barely to the ball, and it's like not even cut properly, because at some points you can see like black outlines. So either the entire thing is supposed to have a black outline, but because in some parts there's no black outline, like in most parts there's no black outline, it makes me think that the black outline is supposed to have been cut out properly, but in so many places it's not being cut out properly. Actually, I'm getting the images. I just need to send them from my phone to my computer. I think I can save these images. Like, if you look at the stitching, I'm going to show you guys the stitching of 3 different images. So if I go in here and show you off to you guys, I can pull the first image up. Look at, oh god, this is huge. I don't think there's anything leaking in this image. Like, this is one side of the thing. And as you can see, there's like these weird black outlines on the twin tail. And it's like, these are of course not supposed to be there. I'm going to cover myself up so I can have the different images on screen. Then the opposite side. The opposite side, you can see like it seems better cut out, but it's also has like slight of the black stuff there, which is probably not supposed to be there. But you can see that slightly at the top of that side's twin tail, it also has like dirty dots already, and the stitching mark looks horrible over there. And then like the top point of view, Yeah, if you look at this, if you look at these, like, to get like a good roundabout of like what it looks like. Technically you're not seeing the bottom, but the bottom has like no real stitch marks, I guess. The bottom has a base, which looks okay. The back has a base, which is fine. Like the front, bottom, and so on. But like when you have the stitches on top, like it's mainly just the stitches on top that look very odd. Yeah, it's the earliest, the most left picture is also the left twin tail of this thing. I order them to make like visual sense. Like you have different perspectives. You have left twin tail, top point of view, and right twin tail. And overall, it looks fine, but I think you can see some parts where it's like, I don't know what machine is doing this, but it doesn't seem perfectly stitched. I'm like just wondering, is it just for me? There's no way I got like the worst produced thing, right? There's no way I got the worst produced squeaky ball. And like with the twin tails, they feel like they could easily fall off the entire thing. Like if you tore on it a tiny bit, you could easily just tear it off right off the ball because they are barely stitched onto. That looks more careful, stitched and clean. Yeah, I guess so. Like just seeing the more whitish parts on the stitch makes me think of like, why can I see these whitish stitches? Like when you, like for the top view, like you can see the clear white line throughout the entire head, and I'm like, that is not needed there. Why is that there? Like, of course I know it's because of stitching, but I'm like, couldn't you make it in a way that you don't see those stitches? Or is it like, is that unclean? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to remove that now and we can get into Kubera. Because I'm being honest, I can already feel my energy dwindling today. And I want to be in a good mood when reading Kubera. No idea. I'm no stitcher. Anyways, roll to the side. Eye of Perishment! It's that item known as the Pledge Token in the Ashura realm. You know, right, if you use it to develop, you have to pay a price. The human is just guessing because it knows that you are a 4th stage Rakshasa. Yeah, Shika, come out of your lurking because you hear the squeaky. It doesn't know that you have no reason to develop if you have to risk the side effects. Well, of course I want to develop if I'm given the chance. What? I guess you're too young to know. The basic side effects of the item aren't that serious. The problem is when you shorten the time needed to develop naturally, and you have to pay a higher price. So it's saying like, the closer you technically are to developing naturally, the less of a price you have to pay. But because Maruna is like still very, very much far away to advancing to the 5th stage, you would need to pay a higher price. It's not so much of a problem for me. I'm way past the average age of a 5th stage Rakshasa. So I just need to wish for it has to be happy in order to develop. Simple enough. Wait! Why do you want to try first? Why? Do you want to try first? How? How would you wish for the happiness of a human? I'm screwed. If Chess makes the wish, he'll succeed 100%. I need to do it before he does. However I can. But how exactly do I wish sincerely for a human's happiness? So is he trying to twist the wish? He can wish for a human to live a happy and long life. No, that's still too clean. If he wishes for a human to have the happiest moment, return to the happiest moment, I don't know. I don't know what wish he could do to twist the thing. It's like freaking monkey's paw. Is there something he can do? Is the wish that you would tell to the Pyro parishment like manipulatable? You survived in the Shura realm for 7 years. You must be very strong. Not at all. You're the one who's amazing. Your Agni magic was incredible. I'm an okay sword user, but that's about it. There's no need to be so modest. You don't want to remain the girl who drew the Sword of Return forever, do you? If you keep putting yourself down, people's perceptions of you won't change. Well, it's true that I'm only the girl who drew the Sword of Return. Doesn't really matter how they see me. Do you not want to go down in history as a famous fighter? Go down in history? I don't know. I'm not sure what's so good about it, and I don't deserve it really. I have a few abilities that I obtained through luck, and not much else. At such a young age, you've already overstepped them. They are narrow-minded creatures who have learned nothing from their long lives. They are no better than humans, apart from the powers they obtain through pure luck. But they delude themselves that they are fundamentally more superior as intelligent beings. Is she talking about the Nastika? Because this looks like Gandava. Or is this not supposed to be Gandava? Is this supposed to be No, it has like these wings, so it's not like... That's not Agni, right? That is like Ashura. And it gives them a sense of entitlement. By them, do you mean the gods and Shuras? Yes, sure. Surprising that you won't mention the gods. It's difficult for humans to doubt the gods in a world built upon faith. During the 7 years I spent in the Shura realm, I heard quite a few things. And do you think the Shuras are better than the gods? No, the Shuras are worse. The only thing I can understand is the process of their long-lasting war. Yeah, that's Gandalva. If I consider the history of human beings caught up in the struggle, Shuras are far more terrible. Bullies are just annoying, but gangsters do some serious damage. Is this funny? Bullies and gangsters is an amusing metaphor. So is she calling the gods bullies and the Shuras gangsters? I like your philosophy, Miss Elise. Miss Lovely. Elise was thinking I was a bully when she greeted me earlier. She pretends to be respectful, but she's impious as hell, and she's got some immoral ideas in her head. So the bullies were indeed the gods. You've already used insight on her? She spent 7 years in the Shura realm. I had to check. She could be under control of a mind-affecting transcendental, or she could have become a spy. You don't need to be suspicious of her. I acknowledged her 7 years ago. I even saw her future. Her future? Would it still be true though? Would it have changed? I don't know. I haven't seen any future read through insight actually. I haven't seen any future read through insight actually change since Vishnu appeared. No, I haven't seen any future read through insight actually change since Vishnu appeared. Man, I wish there was an easy way to see like if it's read or read. No matter how hard I try to prevent certain things from happening, they end up occurring in the end. So what did you see in Lisa's future? It's better for you not to know. What? Why not? If it's something you know, huh? I should know as well. Let's begin the meeting. English is so stupid. Yeah, but I feel like every language has like its stupid parts like that. Oi! So first, Brilliant played an important role during the attack. She used magic to great effect where we couldn't use attack transcendentals, and she became capable enough at silent magic to work around the barrier, which is impressive. We need a plan regarding the Taraka clan. I like how she's looking away. She's like not acknowledging Agni. She's like, yeah, talk whatever. Okay, I guess you're talking. Oh god. Continue your praise. I don't care. Just keep praising me. I do not care. We need a plan regarding the Taraka clan. Portals will be larger and appear more and more often from now on. For now, the Shuras that came through are weak, but stronger ones could appear. I'm sure Lise and Kazakh will know, since you faced them during the last 7 years. Mr. Kazakh, you can't sleep now. The Shuras are weak because of Yuta's sacrifice. Huh? Agni and Chandra, I'm sure you're already aware that Yuta is the king of the Tarakas. It doesn't seem like Chandra was actually aware. The king of the Taraka clan used to be primeval god Kali, but when she disappeared several hundred years ago, Yuta became the king. Taraka was only a deception used to hide the true king. As Yuta developed in strength, so did the Taraka clan. Other Shura clans are also affected by the state of the kings, but for the Tarakas, it's even more extreme, to the extent that Yuta plucks out his own eyes. The rest of the Taraka clan have their eyes removed. The reason all of the Tarakas you have seen had mutilated eyes and crippled powers is because Yuta has gouged out his own eyes and keeps himself tightly bound. So he went that far to make sure that Kazakh and Lise could fight against them easier, so that maybe, I don't think he cares about the human world in the slightest. Maybe he cares slightly what happens to Ran, but he mostly is like, so that Lise and Kazakh have a better time surviving these 7 years. He has to weaken the Tarakas as much as possible. So, but doesn't that mean if Yuta were to die, that the entire Taraka clan would just disappear? So like, he sacrificed parts. That's why those Tarakas you've seen had those scars around the eyes. So Yuta sacrificed parts of himself to make it easier. But Yuta could also just end himself, so that all of Taraka is going to end. But I'm like, of course that's not that easy. The madness of the Tarakas is the will of primeval god Kali. Yuta can't change that. But he is trying desperately all alone to reduce the damage that is done. Then, if Yuta dies, do all of the Tarakas die as well? Here's the point I said this. I love this question you're asking, the way you think. So, like, Yuta probably he does not want to die. He wants to live with Lise. But he also wants to help out, so he's doing something. But he is not doing like the ultimate sacrifice. That is probably going to be like a last-ditch effort. But I understand that Layla is asking this as well. Or does a weaker Shura succeed to the throne? Neither, I think. Any ability that the false King Taraka had will be part of Yuta's power also. Will he be born again? So Yuta cannot die? Because it was addressed immediately in the story. I cannot die. But without any of his positive memories, and as the true monster that primeval god Kali intended to create. So, the same way that the Taraka stand-in forgets things after dying and respawning, if Yuta were to respawn, Yuta would forget all about stuff that he did as Yuta, and become like the actual, like... How high is the chance of Yuta being the final antagonist? How high is the chance for that to happen? Like, of course, you guys cannot really tell me because you're further at it in the story. But like, so if Yuta were to sacrifice himself, like Lise is being attacked by something, and there's no one able to stop it, but Yuta jumps in, and that attack kills him. And then he gets reborn, but he has no memories anymore. And he's like the actual king of Tarakas, completely chaotic, completely evil, completely everything. So Lise is trying to make him regain his memories and fights against him. But be the greatest danger for her. That's also the... okay. This is a theory that like even you guys I have no idea if it could be true. Kubera, one last god. What is that going to be? Who is that going to be? Is Lise going to turn into a god herself and somehow is going to change everything? Is that what Asha is trying to be? Like, absorb as much energy as possible to become like one god above all, to change the flow of the world, to change the sense of fate, to change everything? Or is Yuta going to be the last god standing? And is it going to be a... I truly have never... I don't think I have read a bad ending story in so long. But imagine, after all these decades of reading Kubera, I don't know about you guys who are caught up, but after reading all of those decades of Kubera, if somehow Yuta were to die, get reborn, become the major antagonist, and slowly but surely kill everyone we have met over the story, until like final showdown against Lise, and then maybe he kills Lise as well, but because as he kills Lise, he regains his memories through something like power of love, sure, and then he's going to be the last person standing, he's going to be the last god in the world, and he's going to have to live with all the horrible things he did, and maybe because he absorbed all of powers as well, he can recreate the universe as well, but it's like a bad ending because Yuta did kill everyone. I don't know. Hi, Jojun has created a spark. Hi there, Yoon. I hope you had a nice day so far and it only gets nicer from here on out. Welcome home. Hope you had a nice date. I don't know if that theory makes any sense to be like a potential thing for Kubera. Birth's ribbon hasn't changed. She's just temporarily using that to tie up her hair. The red one she originally wore was left behind in Atera. Babo Kim being too serious. The character who should be the most cheerful now looks like this. So Chandra ends up looking like a clown. What exactly was it that Agni tried to stop, but couldn't in the end? Agni says that ever since Vishnu disappeared, he has never seen the future via inside change. However, during the Water Channel quest, God Kubera noted that Lisa's future has changed from when he first encountered her outside of Atera. The scene from the past that is shown as Agni speaks about insight appears to be Jibril Ahes standing over the burning body of Talif ruin. It's implied that this is something Agni has seen in someone's future, had tried to prevent and failed. Early in Season 3, as Brilith looks upon the photograph of her parents, she recalls people gossiping that Jibril has been avoiding her husband, and Agni may be a reason. It is possible that this was Agni's way of trying to prevent Talif's death, by keeping Brilith occupied and make Jibril occupied and away from her family. Oh. All of you are awfully quiet. Did they scare away the Kubera readers? Next chapter. Look, with how Kubera has gone so far, I fully trust in Kurigom and giving us a satisfying conclusion. But would you say that a potential bad ending could be a satisfying conclusion? Could a bad ending be a satisfying conclusion? Or do you expect a happy ending? Or do you think Kubera could not... Like, Kubera is never meant to be a happy ending, it's just going to be an ending. A satisfying ending, but not a good ending or a happy ending or something. I'm making dinner. What is your dinner for today, Louis? I trust in her too, if I hope it is at least bittersweet end. There might come a day where those who wish to kill me finally succeed. If that happens, don't come near my dead body, and don't expect that I will recognize you after I am reborn. Would rather not tell you right now. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Tell me in about... I'm like, what, 400 chapters behind? Let's say I'm about 400 chapters behind. Not completely, but like, about. So if I were to read 5 chapters a week, that would mean I need about 80 weeks to catch up to the point where you guys are currently at, which is about a year and a half from here on out. But on some days I'm reading more than 5 chapters, so I don't know. Chicken sandwich, baked potato, corn! I love corn! You feel stinky? That's because you are stinky. Because a bad ending could be satisfying, but I hope at least someone are happy. Or, okay. Don't attempt to fight me. Just run away. And the place you must go is... Where's the place? What kind of place? Yeah, season 3 is a long and a lot happens. Hell, I hope she does season 4 still. We talked about it in a different stream, that maybe Kubera is following like the 5-act structure. I'm going to get that image up again. Japanese 5-act structure. Getting the image up for you guys. That's a 4-act. Where's the 5-act structure? 5-act plot diagram. I think it's this one. I don't know if it's like the Japanese one, but I'm just going to open this image in a new tab. Not link, image. If you guys look at this image, I was like, maybe Kubera is following this. We had the prologue, we had a conflict in season 2. We had conflict and rising action in season 2. Or like we have conflict in season 2, I guess. And we have rising action and climax in season 3. And then it's going to be falling action towards season 4. And season 5 is just going to be like an epilogue rounding things up. I don't know. Could be. I love the plot diagram. Which is like your favorite plot diagram though? Because there's like different structures. Like 3 acts. But they're all kind of the same, they're just like separated. Like here's also this like the Kishoten Ketsu, which has like key introduction, show development, 10 twist, Ketsu conclusion, and then it's like spinning around. She's really good at surprising, satisfying. Between season 2 and 3, Curry confirmed in some April Fool's blog, I think that Kubera would have either 3 or 4 seasons. Don't think she would have changed her mind. My favorite plot is drawing 5 tarot cards and writing based on them. I don't know how tarot card works, so I could not work on that anyways. But my brain is so filled with... like, if I want to give myself one trait, I would give myself the creative trait. Because I think I have so much fantasy that is like so much... I have so many ideas that I can do. I just don't have the time, the resources, or anything to do. Sometimes I'm just lacking like the actual know-how how to do things, but like I always have like idea. Always these fantasy stories, always these different stories that I want to write. Like there's so much stuff to do. Like yesterday I started thinking about writing an Uma Musume story as well, but I just need to find the time to actually write all of these stories. I want to write like the Uma Musume, like I do have like my OC Uma Musume girl, which I kinda would like to write actual like racing story set in Germany and stuff. But the new Uma Musume story I was thinking about would be more like, it would be set in Japan in like current time or something, and it would be not about like it would not be about any of the relevant horses in current Japanese horse racing. It would be just like an NPC horse, NPC Uma. And it's more like a romance story. So she is going to be a racer, and there's going to be like the human boy that is like, I don't know, childhood friend, and he's always going to be the rock in her freaking river, because she's not a main character, Uma. She doesn't win races. Maybe she won her debut race, but she never wins any other races. 4th, 5th, 8th, 12th, maybe a 3rd at some point. Nah, 3rd is still too good. So it would be like, she's at some point she will have a mental breakdown of like, why can I not win? Writing a romance the same way Kubera is a romance. Imagine it escalates into me doing like more racing stuff, but I do want to focus on the romance. I don't know. It would probably be a genuine romance. Easy, just draw a card, find its meaning, and the plot follows it. I don't know. So like, sorry guys for who are here for just Kubera. Tarot card puller, random tarot card. So like, the Empress. Does it matter if she's upside down or not? The Empress calls you to confront a so is this already like the explanation of what it is, Yun? The Empress calls you on to confront a challenge through kindness, openness, and generosity, but you must be careful not to let others use your goodwill for selfish purposes. This is the explanation of what the card is about. And then, so we have Empress. And right, I did use tarot card to get inspired what to do. The Hierophant. The Hierophant, also known as the Pope, advises you to follow your current path and avoid distractions or deviations. But do not let yourself become stiff or brittle, as brittle things tend to crack. Does this thing have reversed cards? The Lovers. The Lovers call on you to explore a neglected or overlooked passion, but do not let momentary flames of caprice and enthusiasm destroy your long-standing commitments. The Emperor. The Devil. The Devil dares you to break free of an addiction or unhealthy attachment, but you must be patient with yourself, as the Devil can feed on self-hatred. Why does this fit with the story that I've been talking about? Can such an image be... Oh. I don't know. It's not really too lewd, right? The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man reminds you that success requires personal sacrifice and unwavering dedication. Remember, however, that it is foolish to matter yourself for attention or sympathy alone. Hi there, Sarge. Hi, everybody. Popped in to wish you all a good time and good stream. Bye, everybody. Yeah, Yena, thumbs up. Yena, yo, thumbs up. Thank you for being here, Sarge. The Emperor. The Emperor advises you to take control of... So I think these are all upside down. None of them can be upside down. I think these are... First of all, they're just like the main arcana, right? These are like not the... These are like... Do you just use main arcana, Yun? Or like, what do you use? Do you use like extended deck? Are you using your special summoning deck? From those you write the story, the ups and downs are dictated based on what the cards meant. It's a fun exercise. But what do you mean? So would you be like? So would it be like in acts, major and minor? Would it be like in acts? So like the first card symbolizes the first act of the story. The second card symbolizes the second act of the story. The third card symbolizes the third act of the story. Or would it be like that all of them somehow combined is like what you would interpret as the story? Yes, to the first one. Okay. Twisted Board. Look at Lise. What a pretty woman she became. Miss Lise? Ah, yes, Priest Sierra. I'm sorry to hear about Yuta. I know you two were close even 7 years ago. First card equals first act. It's okay. I had to explain it earlier I went in the Shore Realm, so I'm used to it now. Still, it can't be pleasant talking about it. I think it was rather insensitive of Lila to ask you those questions during the meeting. I just mentioned it to her and the others actually. And everyone was on Lila's side, saying of course she had to ask. In the past, Brilliv would have agreed with me. I feel like I'm the odd one out now among all these silent magic masters. You don't use silent magic, Sierra? Of course not. I want to throw away my humanity for skills like abandoned food and money luck. That's true. Earth attribute silent magic isn't that useful. I was really disappointed when I found out. So many silent magic spells and none of them suitable for battle. Still, at least we can communicate like this, thanks to how useless our silent magic is. To be honest, I think there's something not quite right about magicians who can talk so emotionlessly about something so tragic. Money luck isn't useful? I mean, Stepan, Sierra is a priest. Priests are like incredibly high earning jobs, right? Or even if they don't earn that much, they just get anything they want because they are priests, right? So, and they're also like AA magicians or something. So, like not every priest is an AA, but like, was Sierra, like what ranking was Sierra? I forgot. There's something not quite right about missions. They tell me that I'm abnormal for worrying about things and not being able to maintain my vigor levels. But honestly, they're the ones who are abnormal. Wait, they can't hear me, right? They heard me, I'll be gone tomorrow. Kubera is also having wealth in Hindu. How do you control your vigor, by the way? Yeah, fair enough. Why would a rich priest sacrifice their humanity for money? You're not so skilled at silent magic, then there are times when your emotions affect your vigor, right? I'm actually not sure. Someone said something to me about that once. Was it Asha? You really are beyond belief. How long have you been like this? Since you were young? Or after you grew up? Did your personality come to resemble Raoul along with your face? And you hide it so well, no one would see it unless they look deeper within. seeing that this is older Lise, it's not Asha. I'm not sure who she's talking to here. Did she meet some kind of... Wait, didn't they say that a god went to help out in the... When Bubblegum Fellow, Brahma, and the other god were talking, they were saying that a third god went to the Shora realm to help people out. So maybe that's that god that Lise was talking to. Is it rabbit season? Yes, in fame. It is rabbit season, and it's me, the rabbit. My name is Pyro Bunferno, so I can introduce myself to you. I'm a fire bunny squirrel femboy, and I'm ready to entertain. Today we're reading a webtoon. I'm trying to catch up to that webtoon, but it's like a long time project for me to catch up. Yeah, Brahma said Value returned from aiding the Kinaras, so this could be Value. Priests are celebrities. Priests are like pro athletes. Pro athletes are celebrities, but they also are, like, some celebrities do not have skills. But pro athletes at least have skills. Time to bring out the rifles and go hunting. Don't bring out your rifle. Don't shoot your stuff at me. In a way, you're worse than the humans who use silent magic. They maintain their vigor by minimizing their emotional fluctuations. So in my head, this is Value. But you, when your emotions would drain you of vigor, you choose to deceive yourself instead. Huh? I don't really understand, but you're saying my vigor levels are really stable? Thank you. I was fond enough of your father to give him the neutral bow, and since you are his daughter, I'll tell you this for your sake. You'll live a life which is so false that you deceive even yourself. Others will find it even more difficult to see you as you are. What sport they do? Collecting kids? I mean, no, that's the priest in the real world. In this world, they actually do a job of, like, they are managing a barrier that protects all of the citizens of a city from monsters that could attack the city. They also have, like, other duties, but, like, the barrier thing is their main duty. So basically, they are like a huge guardian towards all of the citizens of like one of the 5 or 6 hotspots in the world. You will feel that you don't belong wherever you go, and your life will be a lonely one like Rao's was. So who would give Rao the neutral bow? I don't remember who the neutral bow belonged to as a, like, god item, but, like, I'm just going to say that this is Value. I don't know. Like Rao's was. What did they say? Weren't you about to tell me? They said my vigor must take after my father's. His name was Rao Lise. Really? I was just thinking that you look exactly like Rao, so it wasn't a coincidence. Value. Wait a second, I need to call Theo. She was just telling me how much you remind her of him. Hey, Lila, Theo, this is amazing! Look at how everyone respects and remembers my father. So why did Value say that about him? Yeah. Some of the Nastikas won't believe that he might be reborn. They try to kill him anyway. Utah can't survive that forever. Hi there, Sparky! Welcome to the stream! Never apologize for being late. I always appreciate anyone that comes to hang out for, even if it's just for a tiny bit, even if you guys are lurking. I appreciate all of you being here. Sparky, I messaged Toph yesterday evening before going to sleep. He already, like, responded to me, but if catching Pokemon that are small and kid versions of the strongest Pokemon from the wild, is it considered as kidnapping? Could be. I messaged Toph yesterday and he just said, like, give me a few hours so I can look this over, / see what we can do. That was like at 2 a.m. yesterday, or like today when I went to sleep. So it's been like 17 hours. It's been a few hours, but I don't know. I'm giving him some time as well. Like, maybe he thinks I want to do it like officially with Chroma Shift or something, but I don't know. I'll leave it to him. I just messaged him because he's a moderator and because he is like a wildfire representative. Utah can't survive that forever. We need to find a way of stopping the Taraka clan before then. I told you, the only way is to use Kali's fragments. Yes, it can't be helped. If things get worse, we won't have that option anymore. If there's a possibility of finishing this before then, Yes, it's worth it, even if someone has to be sacrificed. Now you're talking. By the way, what are you going to do about Gandava? Honestly, I don't believe he's suddenly a reformed character after all those years. I think it's better to just kill him. Yeah, neutral bow is values item. Remember, it creates strong winds. I was not sure if it was creating winds or it just like was creating force or something. But if you really want to rehabilitate him and make him an ally, you should make the public announcement as soon as possible. Layla and Sierra have already realized who he is. It's only a matter of time before most of the humans find out. We've come up with an appropriate excuse for why he attacked the city 7 years ago, and guarantee that he won't do it again. Then people might talk, but there won't be any significant resistance. He does have a long history of slaughtering humans. Creates a tornado shot, basically. But the humans alive now only know about a few incidents, and legends from long ago never seem that real or serious. No, wait, Brilith. They're not just legends to Brilith, are they? No, to Brilith they're experiences she lived through. She lived far more lives where she never encountered me. It would take her days to list all the sufferings Gandava caused her. She was there during the fiendish magic incidents 1,000 years ago, as well as she was from Greswan, and her whole family was there. Let's just give up Agni. We can't cover up for Gandava now. Think about it, we can't afford to make our relations with Brilith any worse. We can't risk any more conflict with a human who knows the whole of a history which shouldn't be told. Or, there's another way before Brilith tells anyone. We can just kill her ourselves. Oh my god, is Agni actually going to do it? They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it, but it's like something. I also want to check something real quick. Yuta is supposed to be 176 centimeters, but at first glance, Lise looks taller than him. Human form Yuta weight is now less than Lise's. It's actually 6. I'm not gonna tell you the last digit. 6'7". His weight is 6'7". Sierra is actually 180 centimeters, 5'10" tall. In season 2, he was so skinny and only weighed 58 kilograms, 128 pounds. Now he weighs 68 kilograms, 150 pounds. Theo looks a lot shorter than the others. Her actual height is not much less than Brilith's, but the latter is wearing high heels. Vayu appeared briefly in season 1 and 2, but wore a different outfit with each appearance. He's a god whose clothes, hairstyle, age, and physique all change frequently. His eye and hair color are nearly the same, but you can't tell what color they are in the scene. In episode 337, in Brilith's big monologue scene, you recall her saying that in her moments of happiness, Agni was always there. That means her only happy lives were the ones where Agni appeared. Recall that Vayu, the god of wind, was summoned by Trisilla Aches in N5 during the creation of planet Carton. Soon afterwards, he gave his god-level item, the neutral bow, to Rao Lise, who later used his body and presumably bows transcendental to prevent the airship from crashing without dying in the process. 7 years earlier, Ran explained to Lise that when Rao was sighted briefly on the last ship from Carter, he was seen crying over the fact that he wanted to live and see his family, which was unlike his usual self. This could be an example of Rao expressing his true feelings instead of hiding them as usual. Perigoman hints that Yuta's weight would put him between 60 and 69 kilograms. According to profile, Brilith is 168 centimeters and Theo is 166 centimeters. Oh, for some reason my first message didn't go through. Damn, you got hated by YouTube. Read the room, Chandra. Read the room. I mean, he is reading it. He's just reading it in his own unique way. So Rao was also always like acting like the heroic figure that everyone can look up to. But in his final moments, he broke down and wanted to just see his family one last time. But to everyone else that saw it, it was like, this is the hero that we looked up to? Damn, he's crying like a little bee! Like, yeah, I guess when you hide who you are for so long, no one is going to recognize who real you are is. I told you we should have annihilated her earlier. Look at the problem she's become now. You're causing inconvenience for all the gods just because you couldn't dump one woman. Ooh! Agni, that woman must disappear for the sake of all our futures. I know she's precious to you, but it's time to let her go. What was your first message, Pate? Give up, Agni. She won't like being left alive either when the rest of her race has been annihilated. Early days of the universe, hell. Even though you didn't go along with the plans, it won't matter to someone who's already lost everything. She'll never be able to forgive you, forever. So, let's annihilate her now. If we leave her alive, she'll cause us problems. She keeps reincarnating, one day she'll remember everything. Chandra. I agree, Agni. I was against the whole plan too, but now that things have turned out like this, I don't think she should be the only one left alive. Shurya. Living through countless reincarnations alone, knowing her race was exterminated, will cause her suffering as well. Cancel the betrothal for her sake, if nothing else, and then we can finish all of this. Marut. Yama oversaw the betrothal, can't he end it on his own? Aswins. He won't budge, he told us to get Agni's consent. Indra. That guy is a real straight arrow. Varuna. We're seeing a bunch of gods, even like if not full pictures of them. Agni, it's up to you to make the decision. You have to cancel the betrothal. Yama, the goat. He's a goat? Oh no, wait, Yama is not on the screen yet. Can't leave her soul to live on with the new human race when she knows everything. Yes, we have to annihilate her. Let go of her, Agni. You can get betrothed again to a better human later. A better human? You know nothing. Then shut your mouth. Is he turning... He should have turned into Black Flame here. Time to see some other gods, eh? Why did he not turn into Black Flame? We have seen some nice... I was about... I'm going to say it, even if it sounds bad out of context. I realized it before speaking it out. I was about to say, would have been cool to see some black on black violence. The Black Flame against the Shadow Monster. Come on, come on, that would have been a cool fight, a cool situation. But it sounds so bad. It sounds so bad. Yeah, that's a frown. I must have seemed like a real pushover to you lately. How dare you say that knowing what must never be said to my face. Don't be mistaken, Chandra. I appeared weak during the last 7 years, only because Brilliv could not handle my full power. Now, things are different. If you dare say something like that again, you will be the one I send to hell. Jesus freaking Christ, Pyro, you can't say that! No, Louis, you don't get this. Agni in this story, his flame color depends on his mood. And he said that when he gets really angry, his flames turn into a black flame or something. And Chandra is like the god of darkness and shadows and whatnot. So Chandra is like always like enshrouded in this black darkness. So it would be like the dark flame against the black shadow. And it would be like, you know, like two characters shrouded in darkness, shrouded in blackness, fighting against each other. So it would be like, like it makes it like, you know. Then why exactly are you still deciding? If Brilliv has made you so much more powerful, the answer is obvious. Gandava is worth nothing now compared to Brilliv. Could have worded it any other way. No, Sparky, no. The actual thing is, like, I realized what I was saying, but in like my head this was the way to say it, because it's like two characters shrouded in darkness to fight against each other. And it's also like, it wasn't my first thought. Like, I was thinking, should I say that? And as I continued saying, like, my second thought was, what if it's been reading like this? What's wrong? Are you feeling ill? The god is using his powers. It seems it's okay. My head hurts a little, that's all. But I don't think I'll be able to think about anything else. May I go and rest? Yes, head in. You must be tired after killing all those Shuras. It's amazing you're still up, really. You should have gone to bed earlier. I'll show you to your room. No, I can manage on my own. Please continue on without me. Let's get back to it then. Since Gandharva's halves were showing emotional resonance 7 years ago, it's just possible that he's Gandharva. Can't be right. Why would Gandharva be in such a weak state? He could be pretending to be weak. The Rakshasa that was with him looked pretty strong. I thought the gods would deal with the escaped Rakshasa straight away, but it looks like the Tarakas have taken precedence. They didn't mention the Rakshasa during the meeting, so I asked them afterwards. And they said if I'm worried about the item, we'll get it back soon enough. There's no hurry. The gods must have the reason. I wouldn't be this worried if the Rakshasa had escaped by itself. The problem is Cass, who's been taken hostage. And that's where Lise reacts. Riff and Lise need to hang out more. Who is he? Who is the he that is so hot? Agni? Yeah, he's pretty hot. He's fire, alright. If I had chosen this side earlier, would they have accepted me more easily? Yes. It's natural that they don't trust me since I chose so late. Fortunately, the humans of the city don't know about my past, except for the attack on Kali Bloom. They can explain and say that I did that against my will, somehow. So, you're a half that the gods captured and locked up personally. A jail which prevents shurification. Interesting. A half that isn't a dragon but has a shura form. Obviously you're a Rakshasa that the gods have left alive for your utility. I'm not a Rakshasa. Did I offend you just because I said you're a Rakshasa? Yes. If you can talk, you're not a Rakshasa. You're an Astika. That's funny. And one that destroyed my world 13 times over. Gandharva. Is she just going to murder him? Oh my. This comment I don't get. Brilliant 101 on how to hold a grudge. Yeah, how to hold a grudge. You can say it's holding a grudge if a person has killed you, has like destroyed your home world, killed all of your family, killed all of your loved ones, everyone that you know, 13 times. Yeah, it's just holding a grudge. Dude, it's not holding, like, I guess it's holding a grudge, but it's like completely valid. This comment makes it seem like it's actually not valid to hold a grudge against this character. Do the other gods not have spouses? There are some that do, and others who have since abandoned theirs, but most of them don't. Some of you were curious if the current Brilliff's difference is only in her knowledge and experience, or if there's a real difference in ability. Well, now it's a bit more clear, right? In Season 1 when Agni became white, Brilliff coughed up blood and fainted. Things are completely different now though. Some readers theorize that Marut and Aswin only came into existence after Shiva and Vishnu disappeared. The flashback in this episode shows they've existed in the early universe, since they seem to be closely associated with the 5th Zen god back then. They were likely then, and still are, the strongest non-primeval gods of the respective jurisdictions, destruction and resurrection. You know, you need 2 brain cells, the accumulator of billions of years to indirectly confirm he's an Astika. He's like, I am not a Rakshasa, don't call me that! So, I guess Pate is like, currently like 5 minutes, is like 20 minutes in the past? I don't know. Everyone else merely suspects that you might be Gandharva. But I know for sure, I've seen you with my own eyes more than once. How could I forget that I saw what I saw 200 million years ago, on the planet Halmut? You looking like a child as you do now, smiling innocently, while you pushed the entire human population of the planet into the sea and covered them over with ice. I still wonder sometimes why you are smiling. Did you feel like a child pouring water into an anthill, or was it for your clanmates waiting hungrily in the water? But Agni doesn't know. Every time you killed me, it was during a life where I didn't encounter Agni. There's a reason he didn't turn black then. He knows that you would have indirectly caused me to suffer, since you destroyed so much. But he doesn't know that you killed me with your own hands. Once, when I had recovered my memories, Agni asked me. But I didn't tell him the truth. Do you know why? Because back then, there was no point in Agni becoming angry when he couldn't defeat you. I had to maximize Agni's anger. That was my trump card. I wasn't going to waste it then. I was waiting for a day like this to come. Damn, she really planned all of this out. But doesn't that just mean she was also kind of like planning to manipulate Agni to make him angry when he was strong enough to easily defeat Gandharva? Don't know how to feel about that one. I'm sure by now you've realized who I am. It flusters you, doesn't it? That out of all the planets in the universe, I happen to be on the 13 of the ones that you destroyed. You only knew of one similar instance, one of my past reincarnations which survived your attack on Gressmans. That was a life where I met Agni and lived a relatively special existence. It was also the only time I survived having my home planet destroyed, although I died because of other reasons. You must have thought you'd done Agni a great kindness by sparing me that one time. You couldn't have imagined that you'd already destroyed my home 12 times over. 12 different planets and you were reborn. Can't be 12 different planets and you were reborn. It can't be true. There were really planets I destroyed. You can't have been reincarnated. Yes, I thought I wouldn't be able to either, since you knew that the accumulated grudges of millions of souls could one day harm you. So when you slaughtered humans on a mass scale, you destroyed their souls as well to protect yourself. But my soul wasn't destroyed, because of my betrothal to Agni was still in effect. To keep a contract you can make with only one human. From the beginning of time until now. It's foolish, isn't it? From my perspective, it's a laugh I can't even begin to understand. But at any rate, if this faithful fool hears the details about those 12 terrible deaths, how would he respond, do you think? By the way, remember the cool panel of Gandalf wrapped around the planet season 2? That planet was Gressvan. Oh, I see. I see. Solitude, lost Solitude, yeah. Lost his daughter. Solitude, he's kind of excluded from all different species. He doesn't belong anywhere. Force, Opportunity. Like, Force, I don't really know who it belongs to. Opportunity, Promise, Enemy. But it's like he made a promise to Sagara, but his opportunity is Lise, and he's the enemy of people. Revenge, Transcendency. He's trying to transcend right now by becoming a 5th stage, I guess. So maybe he's trying to transcend what Rakshasas are capable overall. Revenge is like... I don't really know what he is about for revenge. There's no real reason for him to commit revenge at the moment, but considering that we heard that the Garuda clan got destroyed, right? That would mean that he's now out for revenge for his clan. Justice is also somewhat. Responsibility, protection. I think this is about... This is about, so the justice, responsibility, and protection is actually like split between Sagara and Brilith. And seeing this picture, I'm actually like, we have seen a sort of confrontation between Sagara and Brilith in the like season 1, but it could also be that this is, looking at the dress and the length of the hair. Wait, did season 3 Brilith cut her hair or did it grow out? Like, I'm just wondering, is this season 3 Brilith with her returned memory that she's going to face off against Sagara? Or was this season 1 Brilith facing off against Sagara? Because this is season 1 Sagara. Maybe there's Transcendency because he has strong Transcendentals. Revenge because Lise wants to get revenge on Maruna. If the revenge belongs to... But the thing is, I always just thought that, like, the words that are said belong to the character that is currently being shown. So, like... For Lise, it just shows love. Those are panels from season 1. Okay, so I just don't really remember exactly this panel. So it's like... Brilith is trying to protect the city, but Sagara is trying to protect her clan. Both of them have the responsibilities to protect their citizens or clans members. Both of them are trying to bring justice upon the world. And Lise is just... all about love with Yuta. Because this is a romance. After all, Lise and Yuta are protagonists that are in love. So Lise's story is just all about love. She does want revenge, but overall she is also like thinking about the love. Okay, hydrated. Thank you, Sparky. And then we have a bunch of math. Stuck between Shura and God, an unemployed idiot. You're just about love, but love is obviously big. It's a mixed genre fantasy. I see. But at any rate, if this faithful fool, yeah. Would he still want to give you a chance? 7 years ago in Altera, Agni completely lost it just because I said I had killed her. His anger lasted briefly, then since we both knew it was obviously a lie. But if he finds out that I actually did kill her 12 times, there'll be no going back. Caught up! Hi there, Pate! Welcome to the caught up section. What do you want from me? If you want me dead, you can just tell Agni the truth. Do you want to feel superior by patronizing me? That's not what you should be saying right now. Gandava, do you resent me? Do you think I'm wrong to treat you like this when I'm a mere human and you're an Astika? Why is your model so low FPS? What do you mean? Pate, I'm not low FPS. On my screen I look pretty normal. I'm like wiggling around right now. I'm looking like always. Huh? I don't think I'm low FPS right now. Huh? I'm like always. There's no 10 to 15 FPS for me, but the scrolling is smooth. That's weird. Can anyone else confirm if my model has been lagging? Didn't notice until now because I was in 2 times speed. Speeding around. I mean, on my OBS it looks like I'm completely moving smooth like always. I'm unsure. As humans would say, you're not the one who should be angry right now. If you worry about me repeating past incidents, I can say for sure that it's not going to happen. He's just shrugging. Look at him. I'm not going to destroy any more planets. You mean you're not strong enough to? I don't know, maybe I don't have an eye for this, but it doesn't look super smooth to me. You're not lagging for me. It's alright. I for sure cannot call this 15 FPS. He roasts him funny. You know, that kind of resolution only has meaning if you're actually capable of doing it. Don't talk as if your lack of power is some kind of momentous decision. You can change your ways so easily. Why did it take you billions of years? The difference between then and now is that back then you had enough power to ignore everything people said to you, and now you don't anymore. What exactly do you want? My promises are meaningless to you. Do you even want me to? Do you want me to kneel down and beg for my life? Is that it? That might be worth seeing, actually. So you're here to feel superior after all. Get this into your head. I may decide to stand on Agni's side from now on, but I have no reason to beg for my life to an insolent human like you. Tell Agni everything. Do what you want. Why does he feel so superior towards humans? I suppose you might not want to go to such lengths to survive anymore, since the Taraka clan has made mincemeat of the Shura realm. But do you know, the Gandava clan fled to the Ashura clan and many of them survived. I think one of the main survivors was an Astika called Makara. Are you sure? Where did you hear that? What about the Rakshasa? Who was with Makara? You have a Rakshasa family member? I see, you're very attached to them. Answer me, do you know anything about the Rakshasa who was with Makara? Gandava, you really should think about the situation you're in, and think about what you need to do in order to survive. You need to be alive in order to meet the Rakshasa again, after all. Did we ever hear him like this concerned about other people? Because like we know his daughter is dead, right? So it's not like he's caring about his daughter right now. Did we ever see him care about anyone from Gandava? but it's a little too late for you to kneel down or start begging. You've shown me very clearly how you feel about your victims. Seeing your feigned repentance won't be worth much to me. Just make me one single promise. If you do, I will then remain silent about my past deaths. Just one promise? Yes, one is enough. I absolutely abhor you, but I can't stand back and watch this universe end. Which drug shall I really care about? A Nastica of your level will have a few helpful abilities. However weak you've become, that's why the gods are keeping you alive. I can bury my own personal grudge. All of my deaths that you caused will have no consolation, but I can mourn them alone, as I always have. He doesn't know if she's dead or he has still hope. I thought he accepted that she was dead at this point. Chandra, he speaks of death too easily. If one of the two must die, it would have to be Gandharva, but killing isn't the only way. Gandharva is only now showing signs of living up to Menaka's sacrifice. The best solution here is to persuade Blythe. Even if it means she will hate me even more, I need to try. Can't be persuaded, I may have to give up on Gandharva, but what do you think about this new Blythe so far? I like her. I feel like is this weird of me to say that I feel like in these few chapters where we have new Blythe, I have literally, I feel like I have seen more of her than we have seen with old Blythe. I feel like I have already seen more of new Blythe compared to old Blythe. Or Can't be persuaded, I may have to give up on Gandharva, but Blythe. Wait, listen to me. Did Chandra say that you need to kill me before I need to tell people what happened at the beginning of time? Old Blythe was a bit underrepresented. I mean, she had her moments towards the end of season 2, right? With the ending with Asha and stuff. I hated the new Blythe, I grew to love her. I don't really know what there is to hate about her. She's a completely different character, of course, but she's like not like a bad character. Complete change to the personality of one of the 10 MCs, but it does work very well, Emo. So it could be, I mean, all things considered, couldn't the personalities of other main characters also still change a lot? I don't know. Lee's awakening silent magic. She said it would be like useless, but maybe. Don't misunderstand, that's not why I'm here. Entirely up to you to decide whether to live or not. When you've made a decision, I follow it unconditionally. You know this. So don't. You're the only one who wants to let me decide. Chandra doesn't feel that way. If he was stronger than you, I might already be dead. Anyway, tell him. If I had intended to spread the knowledge of past events, I would have done so already. I have no intention of telling the present humans the whole story. And if you're here to talk about Gandharva, I've sorted out my own feelings, so you can stop worrying. All Blythe is there. There is just more Blythe. If you look at it in the long term, the ones who should have been exterminated are the Nastikas, not us. We have the wisdom to control our power, the Nastikas didn't. The gods made a mistake when they abandoned us and joined forces with the Nastika, purely based on the possibility that we could become more dangerous than them. The gods brought it upon themselves, this long war of those gangsters who meaninglessly destroy and kill. But what can we do about what has already happened? It's not as if those souls destroyed by Gandharva will come back if he's killed, and we're in need of all the power we can muster, even that of a gangster. I will subdue my desire for revenge and work to protect the current universe. Agni, I want you to set aside your personal feelings as well and focus on overcoming this time of crisis. She's further manipulating him. Add one more to the manipulative character list. You can now join the manipulative character list. Blythe was never male in one of her past lives, and there is a reason for this in the story. The Gressvan Blythe existed 1000 years ago. This isn't the Blythe of ancient times. She was the last one to meet Agni before the present Blythe. Due to the length of time in between, there were other lives in the interim where she didn't meet Agni. There was originally too much dialogue in this episode, but I tried to pare it down. I struggled a lot over it, and this is the result. They had a lot more to say before. The planet Helmut was first mentioned in Kerrigan's side novel, The Finite, where it was covered in thick ice. All the Gandhawa Shura still living there ended up being killed by Taraka. It is the same solar system as Willarf. I see. The things Brilliff says here. Fire! She is a fire mage after all. Bird 11. Let me eat a cherry. Let me pop that cherry in my mouth. You know, cherries are nice. Cherries might also be on my top fruit list. The only problem with cherries, of course, is like their core, their seed. Like it's big and annoying. I really wish farmers would already breed cherries so that there's no core anymore. Just make it so that there's no core in cherries. Like why do we need it? Like sure you need some to replant, of course, but it's like a tree, so you don't need to replant trees that much. The pit? Is that what it's actually called? In German we call it Kern, which like translates to core. So I'm like, I'm not sure. You prefer strawberries? I feel like they have a very different kind of taste. Strawberries are good. But I'm actually unsure which ones I prefer. You could very easily genetically engineer cherries to be pitless, but then the GMO crowd would go nuttier than they already are. The marriage basically bound their names in gods, and the god's name is one with the universe, so that's protecting her too. Nobody's like, could maybe start over? No, core. Yeah, let's start over and fake react to everything again. Hi there, Corey. Welcome to stream. Yeah, the marriage thing is like, because they are connected to each other, it means that as long as Agni is alive, Riff will also always reincarnate, I think. Like, as long as the universe exists and as long as Agni exists, Riff will reincarnate. Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be too hard to genetically engineer cherries without pits, but like, the thing is, I know that for not pears, for grapes they have easily already done like pitless grapes, but like the profile is there. But I have not heard outrage. Shouldn't it be harder to Four out of 6. Yeah, we got 2 chapters left, Corey. 3 to 7 years until a cherry tree bears fruits. I feel like for certain kind of stuff, it's going to be much harder to like change the genetics, right? Because like grapes are there every year. Like trees have fruits every year once they're of age, but like, so you need to change the freaking genetics of the cherry tree. Wait 3 years for the tree to be fully grown, or like not fully grown, but like grown enough to bear fruit, and then you need to test out if those cherries have been properly modified, and if they haven't, then you need to start over and wait 3 years again. I think pitless grapes were achieved with irradiation modification. Genetically engineering them precisely with Cas9 would be simpler and safer than irradiation. But irradiating seeds doesn't count as GMO. At least in the actual biological altering, there is a lot of trial and error, I imagine. You know, I would love to pop a cherry in my mouth and it's just like bite into it, casually eat it, and don't care about the freaking pit. It's always such tedious process of like getting it out of my mouth. Getting seed out of my mouth is so annoying. Okay, next chapter. Shakuntala might be alive. What? I thought Agni would be already here. Was he heading somewhere else? I don't know what he heard that makes him want to keep you alive. It's frustrating, but I guess it's okay to trust you for the moment, since you're being cooperative and you're not that dangerous. But we can't keep your identity hidden. You made too much of a mess 7 years ago. We can't even deny it was you, since the halves became emotionally resonant. Anyhow, about the N16 Kali Bloom attack, we're going to say you weren't in your right mind because something happened to you. But the real problem is the Red Sky incident of N15. I heard from Agni that you were cooperating with them and going around destroying villages, weren't you? You're actually not that dangerous. We could easily take care of you. You're just a low-level scrub at this point. Guys, should I eat yogurt as a dinner today, or should I get a bag of chips? Before Chandra's arrival. We're done then. I've had enough of talking to you, so I'll take my leave. Wait. Have you only just remembered what you need to say to me? You're very late, but go on. I'll spare you a moment. What about Rakshasa who was with Makara? You need to tell me before you leave. I don't know the details. Ask the human who might know about it and find out yourself. Her name is Lise Hayas, and she lost her village during a Red Sky incident. Which means of course she'll be extremely hostile towards Ashura that has slaughtered humans. Yogurt or some fruits. No, it would be like yogurt mit der Ecke. I don't know if you have heard of that before. Yogurt mit der Ecke. Joghurt mit der Ecke. Joghurt mit der Ecke. Joghurt mit der Ecke. It's not this exact one, but it's like this kind of food. So you got like the one, it's like split here in the center part, and on this one side it's yogurt, and then on the other side it's some sort of thing that you would like push into the yogurt, and then it's like you have some sort of like stuff inside of the yogurt. Both options sound extremely lacking for a dinner. I mean, I already ate pizza today for lunch, so I'm not going to eat a second big food dinner. It's like pizza is my big meal, and then I just need to have like a small meal for dinner. Only yogurt, not even muesli? I don't mix. Either I eat muesli or I eat yogurt. I do not eat yogurt and muesli yet. Like I do have we don't really have good muesli at home at the moment. I don't know if there's any modern country that doesn't have that kind of yogurt lemma. No, it's a German invention. Only the German people did the yogurt of the corner. You need to take that into account if you're going to talk to her. The brief life that she has lived is everything to her. She won't be able to suppress her desire for revenge like I have. Oh, oi, are you listening to me? The humans don't know about your involvement in the Red Sky incident. But it's a superior shore-related incident which happened in the same year. They're definitely going to ask about it. And the sky turned red during the Kali Bloom attack as well. So we need to get our story straight about that. Does the human called Lee Sayas know about the current situation in the Shura realm? Yes, why? Do you want to know about how the Gandhara clan is doing? Quite a few of them managed to survive by taking refuge with the Ashura clan. Apparently Makara is one of them. And Shakuntala? Shakuntala? My daughter. Ah, I forgot you had one. I haven't heard anything about her. Can't you use insight on Lee Sayas and find out? It has to be in the supermarket. Don't have that brand in Romania, but there are similar concepts. Of course you would have. What kind of muesli do you eat, Maro? Because it's like... We have like a weird... I don't know, like this stupid Haferflocken stuff. But I prefer like slightly different things. To be honest, I do like cereal, actual cereal, over like just the Haferflocken. I could have bought some, but I didn't. Maybe I'll ask when I go, if I go shopping next time. Are you stupid or have you lost your mind? Hey, do you think you're in a position to make demands on me? You're holding out on saying what's really important, and now you're asking us to find your daughter? It's not what she's directly thinking. It's difficult to read through her insights. Why do I have to stare into her eyes and search through all kinds of unpleasant stuff to find your daughter? If you're that curious, ask her yourself. I personally usually buy yogurt alone, isn't sounding much. Fruit is nice. I mean, it's not. It's like it's not plain yogurt. It has like a taste. Look at how pitiful he looks here. He looks so tiny, so pitiful. But he also seems to be very, very much arrogant and everything. Of all people, the one that has information about Shakuntala is the survivor of a Red Sky incident. If she knows I was involved, she definitely won't tell me anything about Shakuntala. And if she's feeling particularly hostile towards the Shura that slaughtered humans, legends about me also present the problem. I need to think of a pretext, which is positive enough to outweigh those legends. So, what will you do about the Red Sky incidents, huh? You're going to pretend you didn't know, and say it was a coincidence you came to the same planet? Humans aren't that stupid. I love the eye expressions Kantava does here. Yeah, the side eye, the freaking PN eye. Tell the humans this. That I came to this planet to stop the Red Sky incidents. But when I arrived, it was N16 and many humans had already died. I truly want to save the humans, but someone had arrived before me and done the damage. Is he just selling out Maruna now? He's just selling out Maruna. Maruna, you look desperate. Is there a particular reason for you wanting to develop now, despite the side effects? Sandra's great too. A reason? Yes. First, Gandhara has been captured by the gods. And do you know what state the Shore realm is in? If I don't develop to 5th stage, there's no way to resolve either situation. As for Gandhara, I doubt he's going to die. The state of the Shore realm is a mess. I suppose because of the Taraka clan, they're swarming out into the human realm. If you know that, why are you so calm? You have no emotional attachment to your clanmates? What about your mother? The Kinara clan will be fine. My mother also. How do you know? We didn't cause problems the way your other clans did during the fiendish magic-related incidents 1,000 years ago. Many gods back then thanked us and promised us aid when we needed it. There are not enough words to describe how much of a bitch Gandhara is. In the Shura realm, it makes a real difference if the gods can create an environment which is advantageous for each clan. I expect that the Yakshar clan and the Vritar clan, who also didn't make trouble back then, will be fine now as well. He who has done less wrong has less to fear. You were on the same side as the gods? That's not what I meant. It's okay. It's too difficult for you to understand. You're a bird brain after all. Don't treat me like a kid. I'm over 1,000 years old. I was only 1st stage then, but I remember the gist of it. The humans suddenly decided they could abandon fiendish magic and only use divine magic, so we punished them, right? What's the problem with that? Those inferior creatures dared to turn their backs on Ashura and only worship the gods. Of course they had to be punished. Own making. Still, I feel bad for Gandhara, even if it's his own making. Yeah, it can be, both can be correct. Both can be right, I think. As I thought, you don't understand at all. You have no chance of developing today, not with that mindset. To wish for the happiness of a human. What are you doing? I may not be able to develop, but that doesn't mean I let you. If you do anything stupid, I'll kill him. He said he was going to be back. What is this? Has he lived for so long that he has no sense of time? Here's the hot chocolate you ordered. Look at this person over there on the right. I think they're drawing a webtoon. Mr. Ransirov, are you going to keep waiting? Yes, I need to sponsor someone who's... Run? He's spilling his hot chocolate. No! Not the hot chocolate! In the scene with Brilith and Gandava, there were about 40,000 words omitted. Chandra's outraged, but the guy across from him showed no reaction. Ron also spilled a hot drink on himself back in episode 228 when he first saw Lee's under the effect of Hotiyama. Additionally, this episode was released on the 8th birthday of Kubera, which began February 7th, 2010, on Naver. The Kinara clan tries to maintain neutrality and balance by helping the losing side. Apparently it also involves planning for future alliances. The account of how humans renounced Shuras and worshipped only gods was first mentioned in the webtoon by Brilith, and later during a conversation between Theo and the Chaos Clan, Chaos Temple assistant, where it was revealed that Shuras took revenge by attacking planets inhabited by humans, including Greswan. It's questionable if Gandava has truly changed from his older, ruthless self. He's yet to show any remorse for his past genocides. Gandava's character development during Season 2 seems to involve finally accepting Shakuntala's death and improving his relationship with humans and Agni. But as soon as he learns of the possibility of his daughter's survival, much seems undone. Gandava is willing to betray Maruna, while the latter still has a strong sense of loyalty towards his mentor. 40,000 words, lol. Hidden Kurigom, not too hidden. The not so hidden Kurigom, exactly, Stepan. Rip chocolate. 40,000 words is a lot, by the way. Like, how many words is currently in my One Piece fanfiction here? Isn't there like a... where was it? Help? No, extensions? No, tools. Word count. Okay, my One Piece fanfiction currently has about 100,000 words. Which is funny, which means like this freaking... just for this conversation alone, apparently it's 40,000 words that... he stopped enjoying that and seems to learn slow, huh? What the hell? Here we are, the last chapter now. Last chapter of the day. Yay, 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 yay. Am I going to jump ship here? Can I survive just one more chapter? Okay, Maruna, I understand the situation you're in and how you're feeling. I won't use the Eye of Punishment, so stop your transcendental. Look at Kaz's face. You scared him. How will you manage to wish the human happiness at this rate? Season 3, Episode 45, Twisted Bird, the finale. Yes, for the time being, it's impossible. It's impossible for this guy to wish for your happiness, and I don't want to develop if it means antagonizing Garuda clan. Wouldn't it be better for you to return to the city? The portal over Kali Bloom has disappeared, and things seem to have calmed down. 24-hour stream catching up to you? It's not a 24-hour stream, I've just been like... Today has been a day. Today has been a day. I don't really know what it is, because like yesterday I wasn't even that tired, but today has somehow been a day that has me extremely exhausted. I don't want to go there anymore. Did something happen? Nothing much happened, he's just weak and insecure. What's that thing you're using? How does it make sounds? It's a human invention. You choose a voice and when you write the device generates speech. Really? I think I might... Wasn't it your philosophy to never use human things? Did it change during the 7 years you spent in hiding? Huh? I just asked because I was curious. Why would I use something so stupid? You're still so young, Maruna. I'm not young! You're the one who's old! Why do you keep... stupid unk. Then let's do this. You went to develop, but you can't make Kaz trust you, right? To develop, it's good for you, but it doesn't help Kaz at all. Think about it from his point of view. Would you let someone like you develop when you might kill him straight afterwards? Think about it. But if another portal opens and the situation becomes serious, things will be different. 40k words is half my bachelor thesis, lol. I actually don't remember how long my bachelor thesis was. Do I have it on this computer? Bachelor... what was it named again? Something about extended reality. Do I have it saved on this computer? Extended reality. Oh, there it is. Is this like the final version? I think this is the final version. I only have it as a PDF, so let me check. I think this is like the final version. So I'll get all the words. I'll ignore the abstract and like the start stuff because of course like the freaking table of contents doesn't matter. I just need to get everything else. Gonna take a tiny bit. I'm interested now. Man, this is pure and utter garbage. I do not want to read this. I also have barely any recollection of like what I wrote in the special thesis. Like I do not remember a lot of stuff that I wrote in here. Like I remember doing the interviews, I remember the idea of the extended reality, but it's like I do not remember what I wrote here. It's not even been that long. Making stupid interviews. Oh my god, this is so disgusting. Like, I would never read anything like that. If I were to write stuff, I would never do it like that. This is disgusting. I hate formal writing. I hate academic writing. Like, academic writing is nice and all, but it's just like, it's not giving over the message. It's not making people interested. If you need to try sounding smart again and again, it's just going to make things more stupid as time goes on. There's my ending words. It's like until here, and I need to copy that stuff, hopefully for it to work. So signed there. So if I go into like a website, it's like word counter. I hate academic writing too. You have to use so many synonyms, you don't repeat the same word because it doesn't sound right. Yeah. If I were to paste my text in here, it's saying that my... It's only saying that my freaking... Apparently if I copied this correctly... If I copy this correctly, it's saying that my bachelor thesis is only 12,329 words long. It's only 12,300 words long. Oh, like 40k words, half your bachelor thesis sounds massive. Why is your bachelor thesis 80,000 words long? 80,000 words is like, if 12,000 words like I wrote is about freaking, like, my bachelor thesis is like 48 pages long. Or like, if we just count text, it's like about 35 text pages or something. Yours would be like 8 times that. Why did you write a 200-page bachelor thesis? Really saying the same thing in different ways to sound fancy. I was never going to finish high school. I couldn't have to write. That I wouldn't have to write essays and do presentations again. Imagine my surprise when I started uni and realized how wrong I was. Poor you. Poor you. But if another portal opens and the situation becomes serious, things will be different. It seems like he's going to die anyway because of the Tarakas. He might decide to take a risk and trust you. So wait for the right time, even if it hurts your pride. Bear with it and build his trust. Hope that when the crucial moment comes, he'll trust you enough to let you develop. Was that too difficult for you? Oh, it's so hard explaining to a child. Well, what the frick? I just checked. I don't know why I remembered it was 80k. It is 20k. Okay, so yours is longer than mine, but not by that much anymore. 87k characters. 87k characters? I actually think I had more characters. I guess that might be because some German words are extremely long, right? It probably is because some German words are extremely long compared to, like, did you write yours in English or like in your native language? Talking about, I do get it. I knew all of it before you told me. That was my plan too, way before you thought of it. Romanian, okay. I'm not lying, I took all of it into account. What did I say? Anyway, so what are you going to do now? Cass says he doesn't want to return to Kali Bloom, but he's Kali Bloom's priest candidate. He'll be noticed wherever he goes. I don't really know the Romanian language to know if like your words are shorter. If like you can write in a more comprised way than me needing to write in German. I don't know. The return to Kali Bloom won't work either. You're considering Cass's feelings? Why would I? I don't want to be attacked, that's all. Did the humans discover your identity? Or you're attacked by the gods? I wasn't attacked by a god, but I think the humans know. A woman who seemed to be a magician attacked me, and Chandra blocked the attack. I see, that's fine then. Let's go back to Kali Bloom. Were you listening to what I just said? Things were usually shorter in German. I was, and that's why it's fine. Chandra stopped the attack and let you escape. That's everything sorted. And as yet, divine decisions hold absolute weight in human cities. As of yet, huh? It's done. I finished treating you, so try standing up now, Mr. Ransarov. I thought I was gonna die. Is it your specialty to spill hot chocolate when you see me? You did it when I was under Hoteyama as well. I was just surprised because of the resemblance. Resemblance? To whom? No, it's nothing. Do you mean Raoul Lees? You can just say it. It's past the time to hide things like that. I thought my dad was only famous in the human realm, but it turned out the gods and Shuras knew him as well. From when I was about 20, everyone was forever commenting on how similar we look. Were you really in the Shore realm? Yes. I left you a letter. Did you not see it? I did, but I didn't know it was true. They told me the Store of Return wasn't back, so I believed you would be alive somewhere, but I think you were really in the Shore realm. Hey, how is it possible to live for 7 years in the Shore realm? Seriously, that place... Please, we have the trace results, but Cass's current location... Run, let's talk about everything else later. I need to go and rescue Cass. Cass? Kali Bloom's priest candidate? Yeah, he's been abducted by a superior Shura. Listen, these results say Cass is moving closer to where we are. Huh, Cass? Oh my god, they're reunited! Is this the cliffhanger for the week? By the way, Liz grew up much more than Cass. Like, Liz looks like a young adult woman here. Was Cass a lot younger than her? Or I thought they were like the same age, but why does Cass look so much younger still? Fated meeting. So Maruna didn't go with them. Wait outside for now. It's a problem if the humans attack you before we can meet the gods. Can I trust him? At any rate, his philosophy is always to stand on the side of the weak. So I don't think he'll ignore the Garuda clan, which is on the brink of extermination. And I don't have any other options. For now, I'll wait until he brings back the decisions of gods. Same age. I think they're about the same age. Liz is just very tall. Some people are just short. It's not only being short, he also has like baby face. But like considering this is like based on like I would like I cannot really call any of these characters like based on Asian. Because it's like these guys are not Asian. These guys are not Caucasian. These guys are not African. These guys are just like Willarvian. And I don't know how you would reparate. I don't know if the human species are like separated in the Kubera world, or if it's just every human and then every Shura and half. I don't know. Huh? Chess? Were you the kidnapper? You told me to wait a second, and then you went and kidnapped. Get a grip, Ron. How exactly can you think that? These guys are Will Arvian. Yeah, you were. But Cass has a baby face for sure. Like, he is a bit short as well, and Lise seems to be a bit taller for a woman. I actually don't know how tall Lise is right now. I would guess she is like around 170, 170 something. Nothing wrong with looking younger than you are? No, I do like that. No, I do look like that as well, is what I want to say. Because recently, last week, 2 weeks. Technically, it was 2 weeks ago. When I went to eat with my grandma, after finishing dinner, the server, who's also like the boss of the place, came out and wanted to give like 2 aperitif, like 2 little shots of some sort of alcoholic liquid to me and my grandma. And my grandma asked, "Is this alcohol?" And he said, "Yeah, but it's not really that strong." "Why?" And he looked at me. "Are you not old enough to drink yet?" And then it hit me. He asked me if I'm not old enough to drink yet. That means he assumed I was younger than 18. He assumed I was at most 17. He assumed I was at most 17. He had straight ice on his feet. He got that drip. So I am one of the people that look younger. I do look younger than I actually are. When I was 18, I went to visit some friends in a different city in Germany, and we went into a bus and wanted to buy tickets. They were in front of me. The girl who lived in the city just went in by showing her thing, like her ticket she has for the city. The guy bought a ticket, and he was like, "1 ticket, please." And then the bus driver was like, "Oh yeah, 1 adult ticket or like 1 university student ticket or whatever is like this much." And then I went and I also want 1 ticket, and he's like, "1 kid ticket is this much." And like kid tickets literally go until like 14 years old. So when I was 18, this bus driver offered me a ticket for 14 years old. Like, so when I was 18, apparently I looked 14 or younger. Now I apparently look like 17 or younger. Happens to me all the time. Do you as well? Crazy. Tiny bun, who would have guessed? Screw you! Screw you! Really? 16 should be fine. Like, it depends on the alcohol. This one was like, what do we call it? Erdbeerlikör. Wann kann man Likör trinken? Not the temperature, I want the age. So liquor is like for 18-year-olds and stuff. You don't have facial hair. I shave. Look at me. Just look at me. Of course I shave. It's just cast cynicism makes him automatic older. Taco saying I'm almost 30 and got told I look 21. You're almost 30? I thought you were older. He says while he's very much aware of how old Taco is. Taco is like one of the people where I can easily remember the birthday and how old he is. Lewis. When's your birthday again? I don't think you ever told me. Tell me. I'll put it in my calendar. I put it in my calendar. Let me look at whose birthdays do I currently have in my calendar. So I have Falter's birthday, which was just now. I have Ank's birthday. Ank's birthday is coming up this week. Everybody remember that. Unknown's birthday is actually on Friday this week. Remember that. I will try to remember that as well, but maybe someone can remember that. Also remember, on the 25th this month, it's Frozen's birthday. So Frozen's birthday is also this month. Ankh on this Friday, and Frozen in 2 weeks Thursday. It's my Japanese guys. That's the Japanese guys. My brother. 2nd of December. Edits. I've heard legends of the femboy secret of youth. Louis Geburtstag ganz täglich wiederholen jährlich. Here it is. I think I had Pars's birthday in my thing as well, but I deleted it because I'm like, I do not want to associate with Pars. Isn't Pars's birthday like December 31st or something like that? No, Parcel was January 1st. Parcel was January 1st. Eastern Europe? Legends of average Eastern European experience. I do not count as Eastern Europe, do I? I think I'm Central Europe, right? I should be Central Europe. Yeah, now I have Lewis saved in here. Okay, gotta remember, culturally, we're both Eastern Europe and Balkans, lol. Oh, you two, Parta and Stepan. Yeah. Wait, let me actually finish the chapter. I mean, this is the end anyways, but like... He's been asleep since the meeting. Did Mr. Kazak always sleep so much? Waking up, we need to clean. You wake him up. Poor Powers. He did it to himself. You know, he did it to himself. There are certain gaslighters that I do not want to associate with. Just for like my own mental sake. And as they can put up freaking boundaries, I am also allowed to put up boundaries. If I am not allowed to put up boundaries, then I guess so be it. Time to leave. When Theo fought Pingara, the damage was reduced by 99% due to her transcendental resistance, right? It was hinted in Season 2 that Cass also has a strong transcendental resistance, and quite a few of you remembered this. You won't die by getting hit with a smaller transcendental attack. So, was he really scared? Some of you guessed that Cass' fearful expression is just acting. Season 3 run has taken the position of Season 1 Lise. First person point of view plus comedy figure of curiosity. Nowadays, Lise's first person point of view has become limited. So there will be many situations where you won't be able to tell what she is thinking. There's almost no comedy as well. Note, Lise is the main character on this webtoon, not because I make you feel what she's feeling, but because she has the most appearances. Lise was born on the 34th day of the 10th month of the year N0. Cass is born on the first day of the first month of the year N1. They were born in different years, but he is really only 2 months younger than her. They are friends who are almost the same age. The title of chapter is ambiguous. I'm sad that international readers who are not reading this in Korean can't see other hidden meanings due to the limit in translation. Also, Cass is shorter than Lise. We saw that. We do not speak of the banished. Like, talking banished? You're a gorillionaire now! 7 digits, finally. I'm going to set stuff up for you YouTube guys as well. I'm going to set up for YouTube guys as well. I'm thinking, I'm also like debating on if I want to try doing my other streams of the week also multi on YouTube, because for the last month, 2 months, there hasn't been really too many bad frame drop streams for Kubera or Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, right? Like today we apparently dropped 6,000 frames, 1.1%, which is not bad. There's comedy. Brilliant roasting Gandalf was peak comedy. Yeah. And Sparky. Which Branish do you mean? Pars? Mansa? Or maybe the random kid that was also there? I think gaslighters... I don't count the kid as a gaslighter. He was just there and was like a weird kid. I don't know. So Powers and Mansa are like the only two that I recall that have been banned. And both of them were actually completely fair to be banned, and I do think that they are also, both of them have not really learned from their actions. Like neither of them has learned from their actions. They're like still saying, oh, like Mansa does not care. Mansa does not care in the slightest. But Powers is still saying that the moderators are the issue. The Powers is saying the moderators are the issue. The moderators are against him. What part of do not speak of? Sometimes I have to share my feelings, Sparky, okay? This is my space. This is the Pyro Bunferno space, so I can openly talk about my feelings. Because I feel like in other places, I cannot openly talk about my feelings. I am most of the time very much holding back my feelings. I'm bundling them up, swallowing them, pushing them down my throat until I choke and then just suffer. And I just do that over and over again until I break down and disappear for a few days from Discord. Because that's the only way to handle. Because I am the bad guy. Yeah, I had got some very charged DMs from Powers. You did? You did? It's funny. Let me change my screen. Sorry, YouTube guys, you are not interested in this rambling. Kubera chapter this week was pretty good, right? Or you're just goofing. Bundling indeed. So Kubera chapter this week was pretty good. We finished the Twisted Bird arc. Let me see next week if I can tell you guys about that. We are going to read. We are actually going to read more Kubera, but the chapter that we're picking up big. Next chapter that we're going to read is actually. Wait, did I already make the thumbnail for this? No, I'm confused. This is like, I remember this thumbnail, but this was like, wait, this is for this. No, is this for next? What the hell? Which chapters are we reading? We're further ahead. Most as Tell Blue, I said this, which obviously I didn't. Yeah, I would never do this as well. Like, why? Didn't know. So we're at 325 to 330, and next week we will reach 331 to 337. Is that the end of your 7 years, or how long is your 7 years? I'm clicking through it. 337 is supposed to be the final thing of reading next week. 7 episodes for my 7 years. 337, which means 7 episodes. Okay, it's 7 episodes for the 7 years. Perfect. And we're reading the entire section. And as we go on, then it's going to be 338 to 345, 346 until 350, 351 until 358, 359 until 368, that's a longer one. 369 to 374, 375 to 385, that's a very long one. 386 to 395, that's where we're starting to read about 10 chapters a week. At some point, I'm reading 10 chapters a week. 406 to 415. 416 to 425, 426 to 435, 436 to 445, 446 until 456. Yeah, it's at some point we're going to read a lot of chapters. How about the Crime and Punishment, which is a bit longer, and I can't wait for it. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there in about time. Why am I? Whenever I want to open up Discord, I accidentally open up Digimon Time Stranger. Oof. But yeah, I'm once again telling to you guys, tomorrow is the Nintendo Direct. It's starting around 4 p.m. my time. And I am going to watch the Nintendo Direct on stream before reading the Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint chapter. So if you are interested in that, feel free to come react together with me. But that's all up to you if you have time, because it's a bit earlier in the day. Kubera's development are nice. I wonder how the Cass Lee's reunion is going to be like. What Lise is going to feel like when she sees the kitten that is called after herself. I'm interested to see how Maruna is going to be treated, especially after Gandava sold him out, and also now that like Lise might, if Lise learns that he's as a Rakshasa and that he's a Garuda Rakshasa and is like red guy, then he might react, like she might react even harder. But then it also the question, is she going to learn that he's like Yuta's half brother? Is that going to change anything? So hype for that. For the Nintendo Direct, I have no expectations. I have not heard anything about leaks or anything as well. I don't know anything that's going to happen. So Sparky, I'm just going to preemptively say this. And also to everyone else. Please don't tell me about any leaks. Please don't tell me about any spoilers. I want to experience it blind. I love experiencing things blind. I hate when I get things spoiled. What do I think of Gandava right now? Gandava is like a different kind of beast. So he seems to have improved, but now that he's like, maybe Shakuntala is alive after all, some of his improvement got lost, and he is like thinking more about the freaking thing of So with Theo and other people, like over the last hundreds of chapters, he didn't necessarily, like, he was aware that he was much stronger than them, but it didn't feel like he looked down on them or treated them as much worse or anything. But now in this short interaction with Brilith and Chandra, he was acting much more like, these filthy humans are not worth anything. And then also he was acting like quite haughty towards Chandra as well. Like not only towards Brilith, who's a human, but also like towards Chandra, who's a god. So like he got way more cocky. Thanks for streaming. I'm gonna head out and read the new Kubera scan that just dropped. Hope you enjoyed, Cody. Why would I? I don't know. Some people do. Some people do. Louis, why are you leaking all over chat? Why would you do that? I guess I'm also going to leave this channel. Never going to see any more spoilers. Escaping all the spoilers. Wait, did Haku post something new? Your appeal request for your account, Haku of the Tubes. Our support team has determined that the violation of our rules did take place specifically. Violation of our rules against inauthentic behaviors. Consider the addition provided and decided an overturn as determined that the violation of our rules did take place specifically this. The additional information provided and decided an overturn of our original decision is not warranted in this case. Therefore, we will not overturn our decision to lock your account. Damn, I can't believe freaking Haku is still in Twitter jail. To be fair, Brilith approached Gandava quite hostile. He did, as she did, but does that explain why he would act? Like, if someone is approaching you hostile and telling you I can easily get you killed, would you act cocky towards them? That is not the smartest thing to do, right? Louis, you got so many of those rare cards, but nothing else. Lizard, blink. Lizard. Lizard. You find it interesting to see more of the gods and find out more about Brilith's race. So I feel like I did learn more about Brilith's race, but I also kind of like learned nothing about Brilith's race. Like, we haven't really learned much about Brilith's race. We have learned more about like her reincarnation thing, which works because she's betrothed to Agni, but I don't feel like we learned much about her race. Like, I don't think we learned much about her race. And seeing some of the gods, I cannot say much. It's just like, it was also like in flashback, so we didn't see much of color, and it's not like many of them had like big boxes of text or something. It's like barely saying one statement or something. But it's cool seeing different gods, which feels like as we're getting revealed more and more gods and revealed more and more of these big player characters, it's just going to be like a show that we are entering big league territory. It's like when you're starting to fight against the strongest in the world, and now the story is actually going to be relevant towards the characters at this point as well. You actually remember past lives. That's not YouTuber profile. I thought it was also YouTuber profile. I thought it was like, because of the betrothal, she gets revived again and again when she dies. But I mean the silence magic thing. But the thing with the silence magic, like when you do silent magic, you remember your past lives, was what we talked about. But that would mean like, so it's like if everyone that has silent magic has past lives, then the reincarnating that, or being reborn that Brilliff has, is not even unique. Because like if everyone who remembers everything about the past, or is it like, I that's what I'm confused. Like where like silent magic makes you remember your past lives. You're losing your humanity because you remember the past lives. Remember too early shows she's messed up. I don't know, but it's like the others, like the reincarnating is because of the betrothal. You'll find out much more later. It's hard to remember exactly what has been revealed so far. No silent magic just makes people colder. Like the silent magic thing was said, like silent magic makes people lose their humanity, and I took that because of like the Brilliff scenario. When she started being able to use silent magic, she remembered all of her past lives. So that's why my point is like, when people unlock silent magic, they remember their past lives. But if everybody has a bunch of past lives, then that's odd to me, because it's like a thing because of the betrothal that she kept being reborn. So I'm like unsure. Silent magic tunes someone in with the god's mindset and more than that. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's Kubera. 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 It's almost 9 PM. Lizard. Lizard. Who's live right now? Ugh, I'm seeing a bunch of people playing stuff. Are these all like single player guys? What new model are you? Haku isn't here, so I'll say, I mean, Haku won't be here at some other time as well. If it was Haku, if Haku was here, I would instantly go into this person. That's a new cute model. Gonna raid into them on Wednesday, so everybody can see the new model of this person. Don't want to go into Mia. I don't want to go into Lemis. I want to go into Sally. Starry, I don't know. Silent magic did force awaken her by bringing it out when it was already messy for her. I'm single in the player. No, you're just an idiot. You're just an idiot. You're just an idiot, you know that? You're an idiot. But you're one of our idiots. I guess you are single. That is a fact. Is it a monster girl? It's a cat girl, specifically. And not like cat girl in the sense of like, oh, she has just cat ears and stuff. Like no, like full on cat girl. It's like, it's not exactly like freaking the manga that he recommended recently, but it is kind of in that way. Pluck your ears, please don't do that. I'm not a fan of being cruel. I'm not a fan of mutilation. I actually really dislike when people imply that they would mutilate me. It makes me very much uncomfortable because this body is my body, and when people say, I'm going to rip off your ears, that is in no way making me happy. Yeah, YouTube sites, I'm going to end your life right now. Hitomere, exactly, Hitomere. YouTube sites, you are going to get pushed into the ground for now. I will see you guys again tomorrow. Kubera was good, as we know, and we will continue to have it as good as well in the future. So, for now, all that's for me to be said to you guys is that I hope all of you are going to stay happy, healthy, and most importantly, cultured. YouTube side out. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Why can I not end stream? End stream here. Maybe YouTube had issues and that was why you guys saw lags or something. No, wait, it was...